Such peaceful creatures, and so cute too. In a country with a plethora of flora and fauna, in fact 6% of the entire world's biodiversity, all packed into a country the size of Denmark, or the U.S. state West Virginia. Despite all of that, the humble sloth rises above as the single living representation of Costa Rica's wildlife. Those cute faces and impossibly slow movements endear the humble sloth to millions of travelers that find themselves in Costa Rica. But when you visit, if you don't plan for it, you might not get an up-close look at them. Fortunately, there is a way to get guaranteed up-close encounter with one of these little guys, and in a way that's safe for the sloth, safe for you, and supports the wildlife in Costa Rica. But first... Hey, that's me! Hey, I'm from the United States and first traveled to Costa Rica to do a Spanish language immersion, and I just never stopped returning. I like to explore interesting places with my Tico friends, and then we make videos and we write about it at CostaRicaTravel.tips. This is my buddy Jose Pablo. He's from Heredia in the Central Valley, and he's been traveling to every corner of the country since he was a kid, and he is my frequent partner in crime and travel companion. So this is Marie. She's originally from San Jose. She just wrote 2 great guides, one on Puerto Viejo, Cahuita, and the rest of the Caribbean, as well as one on Arenal and La Fortuna. Those are up on CostaRicaTravel.tips. And if you like what you see, give this video the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel and give us a visit at CostaRicaTravel.tips. So sloths, yeah, they are pretty cool and interesting. In Spanish, they're called osos perezosos, which literally translated means lazy bears. And while sloths are all over Costa Rica, and you do have a good chance of seeing one in a popular tourist location like Manuel Antonio Park, your encounter might look something like this. So Jose Pablo and I were driving down this road in Cahuita, the Caribbean side of the country, when this happened. Aha, our first sloth sighting. He's wet, so he's just like climbing along the line. Look at that. He's just like, hey, I'm just like going through my normal sloth day, doing sloth stuff. I'm just a sloth. Now, don't get me wrong, that was a really interesting and neat experience, but he's pretty far away. And as we find out later, many sloths are injured and killed doing exactly what this one is doing now, climbing on a power line. So how do you get up close to a sloth in a way that is safe and healthy for everyone? Well, you visit a rescue center and/or sanctuary. These are places where sloths and other animals are taken when they are in peril. Babies that lost their parents, injured animals. In fact, one of the most common injuries to sloths is electrocution from, you guessed it, crawling on power lines. Sometimes animals have become too socialized to humans, which would put them at risk if they were in the wild. What you are seeing right now is from the Jaguar Rescue Center, which is near Punta Cocles on the Caribbean side of Costa Rica, just south of Puerto Viejo. And this little guy is an adolescent sloth that has been at the rescue center since he was a baby, and pretty soon he's going to start venturing out into the wild on a temporary basis, gradually getting used to it. Then one day when he's ready, he just won't come back. Animals that can't or shouldn't be fully returned to the wild often stay in a sanctuary, which in fact is the practice of this rescue center. To get this safe, responsible, up-close experience, you're going to want to book your tour of a rescue center in advance. I wouldn't expect to just show up without reservation. So Jose Pablo and I booked our tour online with the Jaguar Rescue Center about a week in advance, and it came with an expense in the form of a donation that financially supports the rescue center's work. We paid about $60 per person for the private tour option. There is a public tour option, which is less, but you know, with that $60 per person, it was worth every penny. So Ivy, our tour guide, has been volunteering at the center for about 8 months. She let us take our time, ask questions, and spend time with the sloths and the many other animals that the rescue center serves, like baby monkeys. Not so baby monkeys. Birds, caimans, kind of look like alligators, snakes, and one little endearing javelina, which is an animal also known as a peccary. And this animal is a great example of one that can't return to the wild because she's accustomed to humans.
The shoes from a petting zoo, which means people would go in, pay, and touch these animals. In the wild, if you see a colored peccary, don't try to approach them at all because they're really aggressive. Yeah,
what is she doing?
This is how they claim their territory, like on trees, but she does this with people instead. Yeah.
So there you go. The best way to have a memorable, safe, and responsible encounter with the sloth is to visit a rescue center. If you like this video, please hit the thumbs up, hit subscribe for more Costa Rica travel tips, and visit our website at costaricatravel.tips. Until next time, I'm Chief Frijo Jones. Pura vida.